Hello everyone. In this video I am going to explain how to represent a vector in two-dimensional coordinate system. So this is just representation of a vector in 2D. How to represent a vector in 2D that I am going to explain. I'll assume that you are familiar with triangle law of addition of two vectors, where if two vectors are represented by two sides of a triangle, taken in order in magnitude and direction. In the last video I have explained, by two sides of a triangle taken in order means AB and BC. So in figure, the side AB of the triangle ABC will represent vector P, BC will represent vector Q, then AC is equal to R, so R is equal to P plus Q. Okay. This R will represent the sum of the two vectors AB and BC. That is R is equal to P plus Q. This we know. Now in 2D, there are two unit vectors along positive direction of x-axis. Unit vector is I cap. Along positive direction of y-axis, unit vector is j cap. So if there is a vector anywhere in the plane that you slid, you take it here, O to A, draw a perpendicular here, okay, draw perpendicular later. We slid the vector parallel to itself to take it from the origin. This tail coincide with the origin. Then OA vector is taken here, the same vector is taken at the origin. Now what is the advantage? This is your x-axis here and this is your y-axis. And you know the significance of unit vector. Along the direction of vector A, unit vector has magnitude A cap, that is equal to A by mod A. So somebody told you to write, this is A cap vector. Somebody told you to write a vector of magnitude 15 units. What will you do? You just draw a line segment of length 15 units. This will give you a vector B. This magnitude is 15 units. B will be equal to 15, 16, 20, 2000, whatever. It is B is equal to M into A cap. Okay. So just unit vector in that direction will be multiplied by the magnitude stated. B is magnitude M stated. So B vector will be M into A cap. Okay. So OA is the vector. O is the origin or tail and A is the tip. This point be x comma y. Okay. So that this one is x, this one is y. Now just by remembering this fact, unit vector in this direction is I cap. So how can I write OL vector? OL vector going to be x into I cap, LA vector y into j cap. So in triangle OLA, in this triangle OA going to be OL plus LA. Okay, so this implies if the vector you have taken before be R or OA, whatever R, this R vector is going to be x into I cap, y into j cap, because OA equal to OL plus LA. OL is x into I cap, LA is y into j cap. So any vector in 2D, a vector in 2D can be represented can be taken as this x will be referred as component, better to say horizontal component, and y will be referred as vertical component. Okay, so if there is a vector whose tip, suppose the tip of this vector is 2, 4, so we can take this one as R vector is equal to, R is this, so R vector is 2i plus 4j, and magnitude of a vector is the length. So what is the length of the vector R? That is, if this thing is x, this thing is y, by Pythagoras theorem R is OA, root over x square plus y square. Okay, this is mod OA. So another thing, if I have written the vector A, or if I make this thing bold, both will represent vector quantity, but simply A, if you write, this will be magnitude of the vector A. This you must remember. A vector without arrow, if we write, then this is going to be magnitude, but if it is represented by bold letter, then that will be vector. So here A vector and A written this manner, then they will be the same thing. There is no difference between these two. But if it is not thick, just the letter, then it will be the magnitude of the vector. So one can say that R is nothing but mod R. This is equal to root over x square plus y square. Okay. So length of a vector in two-dimensional coordinate system, one can write mod xi plus yj is root over x square plus y square. Vector may have component along negative. Suppose the in two-dimensional coordinate system, a vector is in such a way that this tip is at the point -3, -2. Then how do you express the vector OA here? Then OA going to be equal to -3i minus 2j. Okay, this is OA vector, and mod OA equal to what? So this is going to be equal to root 13. Magnitude of OA vector is equal to root 13. I mean length of the vector OA is root 13. So what about in three-dimensional coordinate system? In 3D, How to represent a vector? Any vector given over there, you will do it by the same manner. You will slit the vector parallel to itself. Let me draw a cube. Here there will be 3 unit vectors. This one I cap. The cube is constructed in such a manner that this vector, if I slit, will be there. This is your OA vector. The question is, how do you represent in 3D where the tip of this is taken as some arbitrary point x, y, z. We just use a little bit of 3D concept which you have learned in class 11 will be enough to get, will be enough to represent the vector. Okay. So the vector OA is taken over there. Now we are in a position to represent, to draw this vector in, to represent this vector in this 3-dimensional coordinate system. This is your vector. This is the perpendicular you have drawn on x-axis. And obviously AS is the perpendicular drawn on xz plane. We will be joining O to S also. Okay. Significance of XYZ is that this part will be X, this AS is going to be Y, and this is equal to Z. This idea you got in class 11 only. Now, unit vector along X, Y and Z axis we have taken as I, J and K. So, if we try to express this one vectorially, then you can say that OA vector in this diagram, OA going to be what? OA going to be OS plus AC. By triangle law, this is OS and this is AC. So OA equal to OS plus AC. OS equal to what? OL plus LS. OL is X into I cap. LS is Z into K cap. Okay. So if I use this equation, from 1, OA, OS plus AC. X into I cap, Z into K cap. What about SA vector? SA is going to be Y into J cap. So, R vector is XI plus YJ plus ZK. So, any vector in 3D can have 3 components. This X will be referred as component along x-axis. Y will be referred as component along y-axis and z will be component along z-axis. Okay, and let's see what the modulus stands for here. What is modulus of the vector OA? This is by simple calculation. Everyone will see that this angle is 90 degree, all of you know. So in triangle OAS, OA square equal to this OA square is what? OA square equal to OL square plus LS square. So this will be x square plus z square plus SA. SA means y. So OA or mod R or simply R is going to be under root x square plus y square plus z square, and you will remember this manner, mod of okay,